You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin.
Studio MacGyver music, baby. When I come home from work, I turn on my TV, baby, and I watch some Dragon Ball. I watch some Dragon Ball. Will Vegeta ever surpass Goku? That's what I ask myself when I'm watching, girl. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Dragon Ball is all I do. All I wanna see when I'm at home. I want some Dragon Ball. Will you watch some Dragon Ball with me tonight? If you don't like Dragon Ball, you can kick rocks, cause I don't need you in my life, girl. What is going down? What is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, then you've come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. Today, we have episode 305. Got a lot to talk about today, and I'm excited, really excited about a couple of these things here, man. One of these things I'm going to break down and talk about, my mind is just blown, okay? And what's so crazy about it is it literally came up on my feed on my phone right maybe 2 hours after I recorded last week's podcast. So I was like, yo, kind of glad that I missed it so I could talk about it this episode and gush over it with you guys. But yeah, let's get started. I'm going to talk about some Starfield. I'm going to talk about Suicide Squad, Kills the Justice League, some Resident Evil 4, big news there. Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Finally, I want to do a baby review on that because I just beat the game and a little bit more. So without further ado, let's start off with some news here and some really cool news, especially if you're an anime fan or more importantly, if you are a Naruto fan. Apparently, Naruto in the month of September, this coming September 2023, we're going to be getting new Naruto episodes, 4 to be exact. So apparently we're going to get 4 episodes, brand new. What everybody's saying right now is that it's going to be taking place in or on the Naruto timeline. So not Boruto. I guess they're going to be redoing episodes. Who knows? We could be looking at a bunch of different things here. They could redo episodes, classic episodes that we've already seen. They could give us just some extra stories of what was going on, untold stories in the Naruto universe, which is cool. I really like what they're doing with the Naruto franchise when it comes to the 20th anniversary. They really take that shit seriously in Japan, and I love that. And pretty much anything that they do, they always try to do something major for, big bangers like Naruto, Dragon Ball, or even One Piece. When they have these big anniversaries, there's usually some sort of thing that takes place that goes on. They throw some sort of parade, some party. They give the fans a gift with a new episode or a movie maybe, or even some sort of collectible or some sort, or even a video game, if I'm being honest with you. So it's just a good thing, and I'm always happy to see that, especially when we're talking about Naruto, which is one of my all-time favorite anime of all time now. And yeah, so if you guys didn't know that, now you know. Be looking forward to that coming September. I have no clue what they're going to be doing. I don't know what episodes we're going to get, but I'm excited and I'm going to be there for all of it. Trust me. Now that I have that out the way, I want to talk about Starfield. Let's go ahead and talk about Starfield. Starfield has been delayed again, okay? Until September 6th. This is the latest word right now, September 6th. I don't know when it was slated. It was slated to come out maybe a couple months before that. I have my dates messed up in my head right now, but I know it's been delayed to the 6th, and people are scratching their head wondering why this delay. And if it's only a couple months, which it seems to be, it shouldn't be too much to get worried about, because maybe they're just cleaning it up a little bit more. But we're a long way from September right now, where it's not just necessarily right around the corner. So I don't know, man. We've seen some video of it. The video that I've seen of it, I'm happy with what I've seen. I'm excited to play this game. I've been waiting for it for a while. I think a lot of us have been.
And I hope that September 6th is the date that we finally get to play this game. And hopefully that's enough time for them to clean up everything that they, I guess, behind closed curtains are trying to do. That's the only thing I can say. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it will not be delayed again, because it was supposed to come out way back in 2022 on 11/11. Okay. And it never happened. So we'll see where that goes. And I'll keep you guys posted. Next thing I want to talk about is another fucking delay. We got another delay, guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this delay shit, but we got another fucking delay. And that is Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. And I'm not surprised on this one. And they're smart by doing this. I don't know if it's going to change anything besides, you know, what they have going on that's already within the game. In other words, the gameplay loop, I think that's set in stone. If they went and tried to change up any of those mechanics, I think they would be in for a long delay. And really, to be honest with you guys, there's no actual set date for the actual new date. They just letting us know that the game has been delayed indefinitely. So we don't know if it's a month. We don't know if it's 4 months. Who knows? You're just rolling dice right now at this time. All we do know is that it is delayed, and it got a lot of backlash. And I talked about this a little bit when we had our last Sony State of Play, and they showed this game, and it just didn't look good, man. I'm just being honest. It did not look good. And I really personally was excited about this game. But when I saw the gameplay loop, what it looks to be the gameplay loop, it just wasn't for me. And this is an online game. OK, I think they also said that you have to be connected online to play this, and because it does have a single player mode, but you have to be online at all times. There's just little things like this here and there about certain games that I do not like. So basically what that means, though, for all you guys who want to buy this game for the long term, is that once the servers go down on this thing, you won't even be able to play single player. OK, you won't even be able to enjoy that. So when I look at games, I look at those things, and I pull back the curtain, and I look and notice. And if any of these things come up, it's a red light for me. It's a cautionary tale, because I'm a collector of games, and I love being able to, whenever I want, whether it be a year, whether it be 4 years, go back and play old games whenever I want. And we're getting into a place now where that's becoming more and more less frequent. We're not seeing it. And they're all these online games, they're connecting an online sort of attachment to it, to where if you don't have the internet, then you're not going to play it, even if they have a single player mode like this. And that bothers me, because that means the replay value of these games are nothing. You're not going to be able to enjoy them once the servers go down, because there's probably going to be fans who actually adore the game. And the ones that do, even though they may be few and far in between, they will not be able to enjoy their game. They will not be able to continue to play the game once the servers come crashing down. And that's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to a lot of these games. And this game is not going to have that. So that already turned me off about it in the first place. But then the gameplay loop, when you watch it and you look at the videos, you're running around, all the characters for the most part, and everybody has guns. You're flying around, floating around the city, and you're shooting people. Okay. And a lot of these characters, their specialty is not that. Okay. There's a little other things here and there mixed in, but for the most part, it's everybody shooting guns. Okay. Different guns, different sizes, different types. And, you know, if you like that type of thing, I mean, good for you. But I know for me personally, I'm not going to spend $75 on this game. And it's already got some holes and is bleeding out slowly right now before it even comes out. So much to the point that they have to delay this game because of the backlash. OK, if you looked at the actual official trailer in the page on YouTube, it had like 44,000 downs compared to like maybe 10,000 upvotes or something. I can't remember exactly the ratio, but it was terrible. It was definitely enough to make them go back to the boardroom, okay, pour out the sake in their cups and basically step on, put out all their endo sticks and put out their sherm sticks, and then say, hey, look, guys, we have to do something else. Let's pull a butter out and put it back up on the store shelves. We don't want to use this right now, and let's make some different decisions. I think they were smart in doing that, and hopefully it pays dividends, because if it doesn't, we're going to be looking at another poor game with poor sales. And that's the trend we're in right now. Where a lot of companies are trying to get or entice players to play online games so that they can capitalize on this model that is killing the industry in a lot of different ways. And people are finally catching on to it. And these games are starting to crash and burn. OK, you want to sell games for full price, and then on top of that, you want a paid service, and you want to sell armor, and you want to sell different things, guns and skins and all these things. People are catching on to that. They're not buying it. And I'm telling you right now, it's a dying breed because it's oversaturated. It's been oversaturated for years, in my opinion, and it's just not the right thing to do. So I know I'm not buying this game now, guys. I was looking forward to it. I definitely not going to do it. I'm going to stick to most of my single player games or my fighting games, which, I go online and play. But hey, anything goes wrong with the servers, you can still play arcade mode. You can still single player it and all of that. So that's that for me personally. You guys do what you do. I'm not putting anybody down who is looking forward to playing this. I'm not saying that, or any game for that matter. If there's something that you like and I don't agree with that, that doesn't mean that my decision is right or yours is right. It just means that you like what you like and I like what I like, So that's just me. I'm just reporting on this, and I'm just giving you my perspective on all the games that I talk about. I may talk about games on here, and I'm sure I have in the past, where you guys may not have been a big fan of it, and that's cool too. You know what I mean? And there's games I'm sure a lot of you guys like, and I've never mentioned or anything of that nature, and I'm just, maybe I haven't seen it or heard of it, or just wasn't that interested, and that's okay too. Freedom is the beautiful thing about being a gamer and being an anime watcher or whatever else you enjoy in your pastime, like to do. So I'll just keep it there. I'm just reporting this. There's a reason behind this delay, and that's the reason people are not happy with the product right now. So who knows when it'll be. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that, and we can talk about this at a later date. Now let's talk about a show I just literally finished watching. I literally just turned it off, and I wanted to watch it before I got started with this show, and I'm talking about The Last of Us, the season finale. There was only 9 episodes, man. I mean, they really know how to condense things when they want to condense things, okay? But I have to say, I have to give this show praises, man. I have to sing this show praises. And as somebody who's a huge, and I mean huge, Last of Us fan, okay? I love all of the games. I love the story. I love the world. I've played countless hours of everything from the first Last of Us to the online version that came with it, the second game, which is my all-time favorite PlayStation 4 game. I have to say now, it was between that, it was between God of War, and it was between Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima had it, but then I replayed The Last of Us 2 recently on the PlayStation 5 when I first got it, and it boosted that to my number 1 all-time game. The production, everything about that, everything about the world, it just resonated with me. I bought the collector's edition of that. I just love that franchise, okay? And the show, I'm just going to be honest, when I first heard it and it was first announced and I saw the actors in it, I was turned off by it for the simple fact that the character who's playing Joel is also playing the Mandalorian. He's doing a lot of stuff. Kudos to him. He's a great actor. And the character who plays Ellie, she just looked completely different. I mean, just aesthetically, nothing alike. And it threw me off. It threw me for a loop. And I think they went for that purposely to try to separate that from the game, but also it's connecting it through the story. I can't, it's weird how it made me feel, but that's how I felt at first. And I wasn't really excited about the show. And then when I started watching it, I just instantly clicked. Everything clicked. And I just realized how good of an actor or actors these characters and these people were. Even though I played the game, I know it inside and out. I know the story beats. I know everything about it. And most of us all do who've played this. We still watched the show because we wanted to see what surprises were going to be in there, how they switch things up. And they did a great job of doing that. And also keeping everything original at the same time. It's hard to, you have to see it for yourself to really understand what I'm saying. Okay. Kind of compare it to like manga versus anime. Okay. If you go watch an anime and you go read the manga, 9 times out of 10, those two things are going to be different in certain ways. It's always that way. It's almost purposely done that way so that you can enjoy both entities in different ways. They keep the core of the story and the characters there, but they tend to change certain things up here and there, some more than others, depending on which one, which project you're looking at, whether it's My Hero or Dragon Ball or whatever it is, Naruto. And I don't know, it's kind of compared to that. That's the best way I can compare it, if that makes any sense. But yes, there were surprises. There was things that I was watching and I said, oh, this is going to happen next. And it didn't happen that way. It happened, but it happened in a different light. Okay. They shed light on different angles of different characters and things. And I really, really enjoyed that about the show. Okay, characters that we met in the game, in the Last of Us world, but they weren't emphasized as heavy as the show gave it to us. And I kind of dug that because everybody's going through their own, turmoil and difficulties in this world, in this universe. Joel and Ellie are not the only two that are going through shit and have been through a sea of trash in this world. So for them to put the light on these other characters, in my opinion, it just was brilliant, in my opinion. And I just really, really enjoyed the show. I really enjoyed the season finale. I love how they, at the end of each episode, they break down that episode that just aired and they kind of explain what they were trying to convey and explain to us. I loved all of that shit. So really looking forward to the next season. I wonder who they're going to use. I doubt they're going to use the same girl who played Ellie, because we're going to have a time skip, and who knows, they may wait or they may make it, make her the character. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm going to be very anxious to see how that's going to go moving forward. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. The show has been doing great numbers. It's even have more watchers than the new, I can't think of the fucking name, but I think House of Dragons. Okay, yeah, House of Dragons, which I have still not seen. Okay, I've seen the original. Okay, but I have not got to that yet on HBO. But people are saying that The Last of Us it's a banger. It's a certified banger. So if you have not seen The Last of Us, even if you have not played the games or experienced the games, you definitely owe it to yourself to check this out. It's really one of the best video games ever in history, in my humble opinion. One of the best worlds created. All the shit is just... It's just a great story, very well written, and I just love the characters and all of its glory. But anyway, yes, if you haven't seen that, go check that out, man. HBO, and you will not be sorry. We got hit with a huge surprise this week. A huge surprise. I knew it was coming. We didn't know when, but hey, Nintendo is known for stealth drops. But we got a different kind of stealth drop this past week, and I'm talking about Resident Evil 4, the remake. Okay, now me personally, I downloaded it and I got a chance to play a little bit of it. Okay, but I wanted to play it in its entirety, and I didn't want any disturbances. So the reason why I am not finished playing it, and I'm gonna finish it either tonight or tomorrow, is because we're in the process of moving. Literally, we have 2 more days technically now before we move. So I have to pack all this shit up, guys, and I have a lot of shit to do. And the kids are not here now. They just went to their grandmother's house. She's watching them, so we can pack without being interrupted and everything. And I've just been moving around, just doing a lot of shit. So gonna definitely get to this. I told her the last thing that's going before we move is my gaming area, my gaming desk. I have 2 monitors, and I have it's an L-shaped desk, and it has all my systems, my PS4, my Switch, it has my Xbox on there, and the PS5 is on the side. So yeah, that's gonna be the last thing to go. This microphone and stuff, I'm packing this shit up tomorrow, because I will not be doing another recording until probably Saturday or Sunday night. So this will be the last time before I say goodbye to my microphone for a week or so, and I'll be packing it up. But anyway, that's why I haven't gotten to it like I want to, but I am. Trust me, I want to savor this moment, because the game looks so fucking good. It's what I have played of it. It runs so smooth, and I cannot wait for the game to drop. You just don't understand. But to get that demo like that, I think that's an awesome thing. And it shows us how confident that these guys are in this game. We all know it's a remake for all the OGs who've played it, the original, like me, and whoever else has played it. We're going to get that treatment. We've already changed a lot of things in the game moving forward. Okay. And they've switched some things around, and I'm really excited to see what else they're going to surprise us with, because it's not going to be verbatim how we remember playing the game. I mean, there's still plenty of shit that I forgot, because it was years ago when I played it, so to play it again and get a fresh take on it, And I cannot wait to play this. This is definitely a day one for me. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4. Those are my favorites all time. Number 4 being my first and 2 being next. I own 2, the remake. And, I love all Resident Evil games. Don't get it twisted, the whole universe and all of that. But those are my favorite because my favorite character, of course, is in 2 and he's in 4. So, you can't, that's my boy, and he is who he is. But anyway, yes, I cannot wait to sink my teeth into this demo. There's been videos all over the place. I've been purposely avoiding them. A lot of my favorite YouTubers that I look at and watch or whatever have been streaming it and stuff, and I can't watch their videos right now until I finish. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna try to put something together. Just a commentating over my gameplay. I mean, you'll hear me talking and being surprised and saying different things, and I'm gonna put it up on YouTube on the Random Gameplay Pimpin channel. So it'll be looking for that next week, sometime to come out for that content there. But yeah, just so you can enjoy it and watch and play along with your boy. Okay, but yeah, that's coming, and I just wanted to sing its praises because I'm excited. I mean, it's literally 2 weeks away. It's about 2 weeks away. This game, and I am excited, man. So my first game in the new location, it will be that, and there's so many games coming down the pipeline. I'm so excited. I am so excited. We have Jedi Fallen Order in April. What do we have in May? Breath of the Wild. What the fuck? What am I thinking? May 12th. Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom. I'll say that. That's coming. So we have a nice lineup of games, and then June. Oh my God. Please don't get me started there. Okay. That is going to be a magical month. Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy 16. Like, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And then I talked a little bit about this one game called, what was it called again? Eternights. Yes, Eternights. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, that's coming sometime this summer. So there's a lot of bangers coming in the summer. I said it before. I'll say it again. That's one of the biggest times of the year for gaming. Okay, that's when they give us a lot of bangers, and I'm happy for it. I'm ready for it. So that is that, and let's get on to Wulong Fallen Dynasty, man. I talked about this game the last 2 weeks. I talked about it when I played the demo, how I thought it was cool. I talked about it, my time up until this point last week and what I thought. And I even broke it down for you guys and told you, the gameplay loop and how a lot of this stuff works. And now I just want to talk a little bit about my final thoughts about the game after beating the game, after finishing the game, first playthrough. Haven't jumped into New Game Plus yet, but I will do that. There's also lots of side missions that I didn't do. I just basically wanted to get the story done first. And now the fun part that makes it even funner. I can go back in and I can do all my side quests, and then I can farm for items that I need for New Game Plus, because there's going to be new missions in New Game Plus as well. So yeah, there's and new things you can get, like 5-star stuff, because the first playthrough is only 4, but you get access to 5-star stuff moving forward. And then of course there's DLC down the line and all of that. So it just feels like it's been longer to me than it really has. Like, to me, it feels like I've been playing Wulong for like a month, but it's only been about a week since I think it came out like last Friday, I want to say. So it hasn't been out fucking very long, a week. It was out a week on Friday. So just a little over a week it's been out. But I've been playing that majority of the time, guys. I mean, I completely put down Atomic Heart for the time being, only because I have my friend and one of my best friends and my son who is really playing Wulong a lot too. And if it wasn't for them, if it was just me playing by myself, then yes, I would have been already gone back to Atomic Heart. So I want to give Atomic Heart, it deserves my attention, my full attention, for, when I play that, because, it's hard for me to get into that and then get out of that. You know what I mean? So for the time being, I'm still playing a lot of Wulong. I'm still going to be playing a lot of Wulong, in my opinion. And I will say this, it is definitely worth a pickup if you guys are looking for something new, if you're into Souls-like games. And I'll say this also, as far as difficulty is concerned, it's probably the most friendly version of a Souls-like you can probably play. Okay, if you're worried about all the Souls-like games are really hard, and they are, they fucking are. Some are a little harder than others, but this one here, I think, is it's got a sweet spot. It's going to give you some challenge, but I think the average gamer can definitely get through it, and they give you lots of tools you need to get through it. You can grind. The grinding thing is key for a lot of situations. If you have to do it by yourself, then you can just go in certain areas and you can keep grinding areas. You can get better gear, and you can level up to a comfortable level for yourself, because the level cap is 150. So I think I beat the game with like 100 and what was I, like maybe like 110, maybe I think I was when I beat the game. So yeah, so I'm going to max out my character at 150 before I even start New Game Plus. Okay, because I heard New Game Plus is really unforgiving, and it's really they're one-shotting you. You know what I'm saying, sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I really enjoy the customization in there, my character, and how you can customize on the fly. You can create a number of different builds. You can have a dozen different builds if you want. It doesn't cost you a thing to recalculate or redo a character and switch up stats and different things. It's nothing. So all you gotta do is go to the sky and tell them you want to do it, and then you can change it up and then go save it and save it as a certain build. I have a fire and ice build, and I only have like 2 or 3 builds. You know, I beat the game on, I'm trying to make a universal build, and I think I did a pretty good job for that. So, but like I said, the world is your oyster in this game. It's basically what I'm trying to say here. It gives you plenty of flexibility. You can also play with friends if you want, and if you don't have any friends to play with, you can play solo. Literally, if you want to be a lone ranger like that. Or you can have, the game allows you to recruit in-game NPCs. You can do up to 2 of those, and you can have those guys run with you as well. Now, when it comes to the bosses and stuff, they help a little bit, but they tend to get their ass, handled pretty quickly. And I found myself using them more as fodder, more as a distraction for the boss, and just to take his focus off of me a little bit, so I can kind of go in on him. And that's how I pretty much was doing it when I wasn't playing with anyone. But then a lot of the game, most of the majority of it, I'd say maybe like 60-70% of it, though, I have played with friends or my son. So that's cool. And my son is, he's almost done with it. He's probably about 70% through with the game, through the first part of the story. So he's been doing his thing as well. Just we're having a blast with it, man. It's a great game. It's definitely a great game, and I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to get into something different and you like action RPGs. This is it. Team Ninja I love Team Ninja. Okay, they're excellent. If you haven't played any of their games, I mean, there's a lot of bangers. Okay, all the Ninja Gaiden series, the whole Ninja Gaiden series is excellent. You can't go wrong with that. And that shit is hard as nails too. I'd even argue and say Ninja Gaiden is harder than fucking this game. Because you can't have people join your game in Ninja Gaiden. You have to do it all solo, and these bosses some of these bosses are ridiculous. Okay, I'm just telling you, you can't grind like that as like you can in this game. Okay, so there's some differences, but they all are great, and I really recommend any of their shit, most of their shit. This one in particular, though, if you have Game Pass, it's a no-brainer to download, try it out for yourself. If you don't, and you're worried about is it worth the price, I can highly recommend this to you. And I can even tell you that, yes, this is definitely one I'm going to buy for the PlayStation 5. When the price drops physical, I definitely will have this and keep this one by the collection for sure. Definitely. But anyway, that's that baby review, if you want to call it a review, on that game. I only hate that I can't really do a lot of content with that, because I would have loved to do some content with this game here. But I'm having issues with trying to get the game footage off of the Xbox. They make it so hard. Sony makes it very easy for that. So you're going to see a lot of shit coming out. You're going to see this demo. I'm going to throw some stuff out there with this Resident Evil 4 demo. I'm going to be playing a lot more fighting games. There's been some that I've been missing and I've been wanting to get into that I have, and I'm going to start jumping into those. And also, you guys should check out my other channel, Just Your Average Fighter on YouTube. And I'll start sending you guys over there as more content becomes available, because I'm trying to rev up for this Street Fighter shit, and I'm going to be doing, playing a bunch of different fighting games and putting it up there just to get the channel, wake the channel up. It's been in a coma for forever, and get that popping. And then when Street Fighter comes, I'm going to slap it hard. Okay. It's going to be a shit ton of Street Fighter content there from me personally. And then there'll be some Tekken 8 stuff eventually when that comes out. So yeah, be looking out for all of that. Okay. There's also going to be some Soul Calibur shit, because I love Soul Calibur. It's one of my favorite fighting franchises, man. And that's a game that has been really kind of like haunting me as of late, because I haven't been playing any fighting games lately. And it's been calling my name. Okay. So be looking out for all that stuff, guys, and in the near future. Okay. Now, got Wulong out the way, got the Resident Evil 4 out the way. The last thing I want to talk about before I get out of here, guys, this is going to be a shorter podcast, but the last thing I want to talk about before I get out of here is an announcement that was made. And I have to tell you, my mind is just blown by this. And I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. Okay. You guys know this, all my day ones, even people who follow me and has been listening to this for a little while, they know that I love Dragon Ball. Okay. Dragon Ball was the first anime that just introduced me to anime. It was my anime. It popped my anime cherry. It just got me into all these things. There was an announcement that was made, and it was for a new Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Okay. This is a new Budokai Tenkaichi game. Like, I never thought this would ever happen. I thought it would never exist. I mean, what I was hoping, I would have been cool with just an HD version of 3. Okay. And that's what I thought we were going to get when the commercial came up. And then when they switched it up and said we're getting 4, my mind was blown, and it blew up the internet. Like, it killed like all the YouTubers I fuck with for the most part, and everybody who's not even really just YouTubers that I fuck with in my genre. They just went batshit crazy. All right, the nostalgia was real. This is my favorite Dragon Ball game of all time, the Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and some people will say just Budokai was. The Budokai series, but everybody has their own favorites, and it's all good. But that one was just special to me because it had over 150 characters in this game. Like, it had pretty much every character from the whole Dragon Ball all the way up to Dragon Ball Z at that time. It was everybody. I mean, Yajirobe was there. I mean, they had people, I just couldn't believe it. Like Yajirobe, like, Evil Boo. Characters that didn't get a lot of time, but were still part of the series that I actually cared a lot about. A lot of these characters, and they were here. You know what I mean? Yajirobe is an awesome character, man, and I would love to see him in more games. And if you haven't watched Dragon Ball, you'll never realize that. And even if you watch Dragon Ball Z, early days Dragon Ball Z, he's had some parts to play, some really important parts actually, that he actually played. So there's a lot of characters like that, and they're all in here. Okay. And now to receive this news, this information, and we all know it's coming out 2023. That's all the information we have. It's been announced, and it's coming 2023, but that's it. We don't know anything else. We don't know anything about the characters. We don't know what it's going to have. We don't even know what systems it's going to be on. They just gave us that quick trailer. And it's probably safe to assume it's probably going to be on everything. The only question mark might be for the Switch, but I think that they could put this on the Switch, at 30 frames. And I think they can make that happen and be cool with that. But I know it's coming out for pretty much all other consoles. There's probably going to be a PS5 and the Xbox Series X version of this as well. With the 60 frames and all that, how they try to upsell that stuff to us. But all I care about is that it's being done and it's coming, and we get all those characters now. Just keep this in mind. Like, all the other characters that have been born since Dragon Ball Z, add that to this roster, and you have like a roster of like a possibility of like 300, at least 250 in this roster. You know what I mean? Like, the roster is going to be fucking crazy. I cannot wait. I cannot see what they add. And they have variations of different characters. You got the different, character. Like, one of my favorite characters of all time is Ten Shinhan. So I hope they make different variations. Okay, if you got him with the tank top, you got him with the yellow tank top, then you got him with the white t-shirt, then you got him with his cape and that he had in the Buu Saga. Then you have you know what I mean? Like, all of this stuff, you know what I mean? All the different versions of these characters, the transformations. I know one thing I absolutely loved about the Budokai, the third game, was that they had those beam struggles. I can only imagine where they're going to take this. It's just going to be a hyper souped up version of what it already is. It's going to be quicker. It's going to be faster. Animations are going to be better. I can't wait for this. I just can't. This is one of the ones that I'm so excited for, and I'll be doing tons of fucking content on this one. You can definitely put your money on that one. So, that made my fucking week. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This news made my week, and I'm just so excited. A lot of people are actually giving Naruto a hard time because of what they've done and what they're announced, which is basically, you get you get that series, but you with a couple new characters. And essentially that's kind of like what it is. Now they're going to add more characters, of course, but the way they're going to do it is kind of sleazy in a sense. If you're somebody who already owns the game and all of that, they want us to pay full price again for the game, basically for a DLC, because that's what it is to me. It's just a DLC. You're going to have new characters, but I'm a Naruto fan. So, it's kind of like, I got to go with it because I love that community. And when I started playing that game at first, the community just was cool, and they were with open arms, and I really had great times playing those. So I look forward to playing that as well, but it's not the same as doing a Ninja Storm 5, completely built from the ground up and all over again. That's what we're getting with Budokai, and to show respect and to keep everything a $150. The last time we saw this game, I mean, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 came out, it was like 16, how many years ago was it? It was a gang of years ago. It was like 16 years ago, 17 years ago, something like that. So it's been a long time, well overdue. We've been asking for this for years. Really, we've been asking for just simply the HD version. I hope we still get that though, too. Let me add that in there. I hope we can still get that in there. I really do. I actually have it on my PlayStation 2 emulator, but I really want a HD version. I definitely buy that to take my money, and maybe we get that with the game. Who knows? Maybe that's something we get, or maybe it's something we get before that comes out. I have no clue, guys, but I would love to see a HD version of that at some point in time, and I would scoop that up, no problems. Love that game. But yeah, that's I had to leave that for last because, you guys, the ones who know me, you guys know how much I love Dragon Ball. Okay. This podcast used to be called, for those who don't know, Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Okay. Because it was just, my love for Dragon Ball was just, wow, it was just overwhelming. But I love my video games as well. And the podcast kind of just molded itself over time, and to where I talk about, Dragon Ball kind of dried up in instances. Lots of times after the series was over, it kind of dried up. So, but games stay frequent. Games are always going on. It's always something going on. So I kind of just decided to rebrand the name because of that. But I still talk about Dragon Ball here. I will continue to talk about Dragon Ball here. Trust me. Okay, if there's any major Dragon Ball news, I'm going to report it. I'm going to discuss it with you guys because that is one of my favorites all time. So please don't get that twisted. It's just that video games is the main focus because shit, I play them all the time, and they're not going anywhere. New games will never stop coming out. That is a frequent thing. So you know what I mean? So I may try to do something another time, maybe with like some Dragon Ball stuff. And I think, I have a YouTube channel called Dragon Ball Drip, which I also have a TikTok. You guys should go check out the TikTok. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers here. I'm pushing up on 800. Okay, I haven't posted anything in a while because of the move, and I've been busy. But and in about a week from now, I'll be posting regularly on a regular basis again. And I see myself being at 1,000 very soon. And once I get to 1,000, I will start streaming. And I'll probably just start streaming discussions on TikTok, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that stuff because it's a whole process to start and then being able to stream on there. But I'll give you guys a heads up, and if you guys want to come in, I'll tell you the date and time, and I'll be on there, and we can talk about Dragon Ball and all things Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Drip. Okay, on TikTok. Really excited for a lot of things. There's a lot of things coming down the pipeline, and concerning gaming, concerning anime, and everything in between. So looking forward to all that, guys. This is going to do it for the show. Thank everybody for coming out, listening, streaming, downloading, all the things that you do. And I appreciate it so much. And I'm so glad that you guys listen. I'm so glad you guys care enough to listen to some dude, bitch and moan about video games and anime and everything else. I think that's a cool thing. And I just want to let you guys know that I don't take that shit for granted. Okay. But yeah, that's going to do it. I want to say farewell to you guys until next week. And also, if you guys want to help out, besides listening, you can also do so easily by go and check out my website, my Dragon Ball Drip website at dragonballdrip.com, and get some merch. hoodies, get your t-shirt or something, man. You know, anything you buy there will definitely go towards helping out the show. I'm going to have new products coming soon. I always say that, but I'm working on it, guys. I have certain artists that I'm trying to get with here, and it's a process to do everything and create all this stuff, but it's coming. Trust me, that website is going to grow. I'm going to have more merch. And like I said, I'm trying to grow it in different angles. Like I said, the TikTok, and there's a YouTube channel that eventually we'll try to do something there as well. But TikTok is the main home of Dragon Ball Drip, guys. So definitely check that out. And yeah, you can show your love by doing that easily. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I love each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you next week. We do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. With that being said, I'm out. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.